We're in Daytona Beach, Florida for the first race of this season. I am joined by Mike. Mike, say something, Mike.
Hello. Yeah, I know. I was muted. Oh, that took me a bit. Hello.
Okay. Field's already on track. We're going green this time by 100 laps, halfway rate at 50. Hopefully this goes well.
Velocity, you might want to fix the lap counter before you forget.
Yeah, it's good.
47. 47. I noticed a bit of
I thought we were doing 80.
when I was looking at the
Oh, you're right.
Okay.
I noticed a bit of delay when I was looking at the last stream of me commentating. Sometimes this screen share can get a little dodgy, so if I'm like a little late to react on something, so don't mind it. It's not my internet, it's just whatever.
Don't pass before the line.
Green flag is back in the air for the inaugural Daytona 500. Our first points race of the season. We have 80 laps of going real fast and turning real left, unless if there's a lot of cautions, which there shouldn't be that much. We have no spin physics.
Yeah, if they're smart, we can get this done in like an hour.
Just a message to some of you people who are listening in. When you guys get stacked up or anything like that, whenever you guys are like just right behind each other, please don't push too hard. That'll get you to bumper lock, fall out of line, and potentially wreck. We clearly didn't learn our lessons from the duels, so let's learn them now and let's show that we've actually developed a bit. Anyway, we've got Cam's, your pole sitter, and your leader as we go into turn 2.
This is the trial.
Ah! We're out!
Oh my god.
Cam's already! Big one almost!
Caution's
the
out.
Caution's out! That was very short-lived. Vips.
That was half the
Made
field immediately.
contact with them, hooked them into the wall.
And race back to the line. We'll see who's out front right now. Looks like it is the 4 car. It's gonna be a long night. It is gonna be a long night.
It's gonna be a really long night.
Silent trying to poke out, but it's gonna be the 4 at the line. You know, I hate to sound like a broken record, but we've said it time and time again. You don't have to be omega aggressive here on that 2 out of 80. Yeah, Nick, I can fix collabs.
Let's please show that we've made sense here. I literally just said if we get too close to each other that we don't do anything crazy, please.
I mean, I can understand going crazy with like 10, 5 maybe to go. Holy, that is a giant text bubble.
Oh, that guy has a lot to say. He's yapping. He's yapping off.
Nick.
Or he's just being very loud.
Oh yeah, pits are open. But I don't mean to sound like a broken record here, but I can get if you're going crazy with like 10 or 5 to go in the stage, and especially like 15, 10, 5 to go in the actual race. There's no reason to be going this crazy with 38 to go in the stage. It's pointless. It's a waste of time. Alright, don't go double file into the pits. If you do, you're penalized.
Since he says that, we nearly double up going into the pits.
I'll let it slide. We're doing 60 for this. because it's a little off. If you go over 60 though, that's when I penalize.
There's an auto speed limiter. Just don't enter the pits faster than 60.
Yeah, and then make sure you pit in the box. Alright, looks good. We'll see if anyone does any interesting two-tire strategy here or something like that. Does not look like they will. Peak performance, having some peak pit crews out here. Like half a second slower than every other pit crew out here. It's incredible. 495, 47 I want to say, but maybe not. Alright, we're going to take a quick commercial break and then come back here at Daytona. Hooray. Alright, we're ready to go here at Daytona. Another attempt. See if we can make it more than 2 laps this time. This field gets bunched together. And we are back green.
Green flag back in the air as they go through the restart zone. Everybody single file for now. We may see some doubling up. We're not sure what will happen here.
Oh my
It is.
God,
Oh, they're already going 3 wide, side by side, banging the wall, just making a lot of contact with each other. This is not what we want to see right now.
What is
Just see
Chassel
people
doing, bro?
running each other up into the wall. Chassel's into the wall right now.
And
it
Chassel
is
didn't
the
even get run there, he just
29.
drove into the wall.
The 29 all up in front right now.
Please do not turn
Guys,
29, bro.
whoa!
We're not.
Contact
not yet.
made. That's gonna move the 29 out of line. He's gonna have to fall back. He might have to fall back.
Bro, guys.
All the way on the
it
high
is lap
side.
5. Have some courtesy. It's not difficult. It doesn't matter where you run on lap 5.
Somebody's shouting in the chat again.
Okay, Tyrone fixing speed.
There are sometimes speed glitches, so they have to run through the pits and get out of the pit box to be allowed to go full speed once again. Thankfully, Tyrone did not lose that much time.
Got a lot to say there. A lot to say.
No, yeah, he's yelling at us right now.
Man, he's
Either
still
he's not
got
very
a
happy or he just wants to be heard.
And we got a double file train going on right now.
2x2 right now. This is what you see at the Daytona. This is what you want to see at the Daytona 500, not some just beating and banging into each other, not
And
just
the
some
Ford
silent.
can't hold the line. Ford
Oh,
just
hang on to
flares
her, guys.
the
Hang
ball.
on to her. Hang on, hang on, hang on. 29 still leading as everybody's starting to get a little squirrely here, and we're starting to become single file once again.
Oh my God, Nick.
29, they're in the grass. They're both gonna save it. But what's gonna happen next? They're
Nick,
just
what are
coming
you
back up
doing,
into the track,
dude?
collecting silent. And the 41 and Vips, they're probably gonna. No, that's a caution. They're wrecking all the way back there. I have no idea what that was about.
1 out of 3, Nick. You just completely turned right into the pack. What are you doing? All right, race back to the line. Let's see who's in front.
So this is a race back to the line.
Looks like it's gonna be the
Right
77.
now, I believe this Chassis right behind the 77. I believe it's a little hard to see when you're
Yeah,
watching this
77.
from a screen share. It's a little hard to see when you're watching from a screen share.
Honestly, they're complaining about lag, so
Fair. So the 77 will win the race back. Chassis second, John third, Cam's fourth, Tyrone fifth, Silent sixth.
that all started off a turn 4 when the 4 slammed the wall, leading the outside line, and then came back down, and it just caused chaos in the middle of the corner.
Bunch of chaos terrain there.
Yeah.
Can get a little crazy here at Daytona, but that's just what the fans are here to see. Not wrecking every 5 laps, guys.
Yeah, y'all need to
Please.
get it together, like everyone. You don't gotta be pushing below the yellow line. All you gotta do is hold the A line.
I, as a reserve driver, got wrecked.
Silent
For,
can't
I
even
believe-
drive
Silent
in
getting
racing.
wrecked. This is literally Pummu AI cars at Daytona. Wreck every 2 to 3 laps. That's not true. Pummu's, if you've ever played Pummu Talladega within the past 7 months, the AI can make like 5-6 laps without wrecking. Even further than that, especially if you tweak the settings.
Pummu Dega employer over here. Bro can't say anything bad about the game.
Nah, buddy.
We'll go-
Nah, buddy.
We'll go green
No,
this
no,
time.
no.
We'll go green this time.
You're not gonna do me like that.
I'm gonna mute everyone, bro. Just so that maybe you guys will stop talking and focus on driving. Alright. Green flag. Good
Green
job.
flag back in the air. Racing the 77 is gonna get a really good jump. But that's not exactly what you want at Daytona, unless if you're just in an overtime restart and it's only
47
going
already
left to
on
go.
the
What is
board.
this guy doing? Why is he all the way on the bottom? Was he just looking in the pits, trying to fix his speed? Was that it? Was he just trying to fall back intentionally? We'll see. This will all pan out later. We've seen Tyrone pretty much the master of strategy in this league so far, compared to a lot of other drivers. But right now, it's a single file train down the backstretch. And the screen shares froze for a second. Okay, there we go. You can see the flybys. Everybody's just, whoa, just a bit of a bump right there. Thankfully, no spin physics. Otherwise, that guy would have went around along with a lot of other people if there was spin physics. And they're starting to get a little doubled up right now. Looks like it's only Chassis to the outside.
Oh, so squirrely through the
Whoa!
trial,
They're making
bro. Can't hold
they're
the
making
line.
some aggressive moves.
Cannot
Looks like
hold the
majority
line
is
through
going
the
to be
trial.
whoa 3 wide for first for a second.
Just hold the line through the trioval and you'll be fine. And
77,
Silence driving the
29,
next
and
lead.
41, all
Silence
staying on the
can't hold
bottom,
line.
which they can keep it straight on the bottom line. That's how they're able to go so fast through here compared to the outside line. They're only really able to get their runs down the backstretch because it's a little harder when you have no little line to paint on the bottom of the racetrack or on the top of the racetrack. You have no line to paint. You can't just lean on that line and just stay single file like you can on the inside. So right now, we've got the 77 out in front, followed by what looks to be the 29. The screen share's lagging a bit. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, it is the 29.
Yeah, it's freezing and stuff.
You can join the game, honestly. I don't care. I'm not lagging. I don't know if they're
I think
lagging or not, but
I think the game is server locked. Last time I tried to join, it was server locked.
there you go. Oh my god, guys.
And
you
they're
don't
not
have to
gonna-
take it 3 wide middle. You don't have to take it 3
Whoa!
wide
You guys
middle.
are getting a little crazy now.
You in?
Yeah, man. You can server lock it again.
Do not have to go 3 wide right now.
So now the 77's still out in front. trying his hardest to just defend the inside line. That seems to be the fastest right now, as the 41 seems to be left to dry on the outside line. He has to go back to the bottom line. Everybody's just over here. Whoa, Silent!
Do not
Just a
come up
little
into the
sideways.
field,
What is he
Simon.
gonna do? He has to lift.
Do not.
He has to lift
Thank you.
so that he doesn't hit anybody.
Thank you, bro.
If he does, he's good. But he's
Somebody
gonna
with
lose
a
a lot
brain.
of time.
Somebody with a brain. Thank God. Thank God.
Lift he does, but he's gonna lose a lot of time here.
See, that's the problem. These people come off of the corners, and then they dip below the apron, and then they try to come up. You can't come up if you abandoned your lane already. The hole is filled. Stop trying to swerve back into it. You're
Pause.
just gonna get yourself turned.
Pause. Sorry.
What do you say?
I said pause.
Oh.
Alright, the 77 still leading out here. That Honda.
I wonder when we're gonna see green flag pit stops.
We might see him here. Well, these guys might wreck. We don't know exactly what's going to happen here, but it could get very crazy here. As seen the past 13 laps, we've already had about, what, 2 cautions?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, somebody gets pushed out of line. That's the 29. He's going to have to brake here so he doesn't kill anybody. 3 wide down the back stretch. Only the 77 has help, which means that the 3 wide cars in the backstretch are going to lose time, and they're going to fall back. You see people dooring each other up the track. I don't know why they're doing this, but we'd rather work together and catch the main pack than door each other down the backstretch, right? Right? Right!
Tweak.
So now we've got the 77, your leader. Still. So far, he's pretty much led the most laps throughout this entire
that's
race.
what I'm talking about. The 41 just went below the line and then tried to come back up. You can't do
it. Yeah, the 41 just needs to learn a little bit more about this because I noticed that while I was trying to race for Sheeb, I was actually going to be in this Daytona 500. But at the start of this race, I saw that the 41 was going to my outside, trying to race side by side, trying to, he was getting a little impatient, sometimes accidentally or purposefully, we don't know. Left hooked me. There was a lot of hooking going on throughout this entire track. We just did not realize that we can't purposefully jump out of line without a pack of cars behind us. Can't just get in the run on your own to pass. This is not how Daytona aerodynamics work.
Stop going below the line on the front straightaway.
Whoa!
Oh my God!
You guys are getting. You guys gotta chill now. Okay, the 29. What is the 29 doing? 29's trying to wreck the 5. I've never seen anything like that before. Silent around for the 3rd time I've been commentating. I've seen Silent around.
No
this
caution,
is just
bro.
not a good season for him. No caution. We stay green, and Silent's gonna go to the way back again.
Typical. People will go below the line on the front straightaway, cut up, and then turn themselves. Stop going below the line on the front straightaway, y'all. It's not that difficult.
Even after all of that ruckus, the lead has not changed. The 77 for what looks like Furniture Row Racing is out in front now.
People always gotta be... There it is, 77. Now 77 lift. Do not force your way back up. Lift.
77 forced back up the track. 90
Yeah,
now looking for a way to take the lead.
I'm going to start penalizing. If you put all 4 tires below the line and then cut back up, drop to the end of the line. No. You keep causing wrecks by doing that. Next person I see do it, end of the line.
So now the 77, even with all of that ruckus and a bit of a scolding from 47, he's still leading at this Daytona 500. He's been leading for almost the entirety of the race now. Cam's right behind. Oh, he's actually in second, being pushed by the 4. Whoa, starting to get dooring each other once again. You just gotta hold your line here. Hold your line! No, the 90!
Put it in the wall and then turn left.
Whoa, the 29 around! What's gonna happen next? Everybody seems to save it for now. We're good. Look at Silent already back up to third. You love to see it for him. Wow, 77 hard in the wall. That's gonna slow him down a lot. He just blocks the 29.
All right,
Doesn't allow him to catch up.
We're going to commercial break. Back at Daytona, you saw it on side by side. The 77 made a interesting move on the 41, and that hurts both of them. So
We penalized him, put him in the pits.
held him
That
for
is
a
not
lap.
here. Held for a lap. That's not tolerated here. Also will not be eligible for the free pass and may get a points deduction here after this race is over. So now your new race leader is Silent.
Two Silent Motorsports cars up front,
Yeah.
first and second.
5 and the 42 teammates working together here. They seem to be locked together on the bumpers here. May try to pull away from these guys here behind, but the draft is just too strong for those.
Halfway in stage one.
Or just halfway through the race, just, you know, I'm pretty sure that's just a halfway break. In some
I wish,
stages.
man, I wish.
Whoa, Chassos looks like he accidentally went to the outside. May have been something that happened there. Don't exactly know. Right now, Silent leading through here. So far, this race has been a single file line. It looks like a lot of people have just thought about what happened when we went 2 or 3 wide. It looks like they're just not ready for it yet. Speaking of which, the 4 already trying to go to the outside line. What is the 5? The 5's just going to put the 4 up just a little bit. Just a little beating and banging through here. Not a short track, so I'm not so sure why he did that. It may have been an accident. We don't know. Not looking at the driver's perspective here. 4's just going to move all the way. What is he doing? The 4 is around. after trying to, after the 90 tried to help him here, he just went all the way up to the wall and then just turned himself.
Front two are gone.
Yeah, teammates working together. They seem to be the only people who know how super speedway racing works, as they are actually locked together, locked inside, not side by side, bumper to bumper here. As you clearly saw from what just happened now, that was obviously not a displayment of how understanding how super speedway racing works in the slightest. We may need to teach these guys how super speedway racing works, as if my voice wasn't already loud enough. And now the front two, Chassels and Silent. Or you can see they're actually working so hard that the leaderboard broke a bit. You can also notice that we have a new tire sponsor, Hoosier, or however you pronounce it. If I butcher it, please don't sue me. Please don't. I have no money. Please don't. Anyway, tires are white instead of green now. You normally see these on older
wants
cars.
to say something in chat, so I unmuted him in chat.
Now the 5 still out here, still out front. Pretty impressive move by Silent. Ooh, Silent looks like I believe he's still looking for his first career win. Would be a great thing for his team.
Silent looking for his first career win. New gen.
Yep.
This dude might have the most wins. No, that's Tyrone. He probably has second most wins though. Only won once last season though. He's kind of washed.
Okay. Well, he's looking for his first win of the season and the first win of the season that actually counts. So we'll see what goes on here. We got Chazzles in behind here. $15 laps to go for stage 1. Or just 15 laps to go until we go to competition caution. The 4 all by himself on the outside line once again. And it's actually impressive because the 4 got spun, but he's already back up to 3rd. It's pretty good for him. The 5 going to the outside for some odd reason, not so sure why. Was he dropping to the back? Does he have to leave? We'll figure out. And probably, yeah, he just decided to drop to the back, looks like.
Fuel saving, if I had to guess.
Maybe.
I think Tyrone's been doing it the entire stage.
That's probably why he was dropping so far to the back.
Oh, he's pitting.
We can actually see some green flag pit stops now about to be put in effect here.
Alright, let's
Only
see if
2 cars stay out here. Pit speed, pit entrance speed is 60.
Everyone is good. No penalties.
Everybody's good here, as we now have, who is the leader now?
Chassel, I
Looks like
believe.
Chazzle's the leader.
All by himself.
Oh, Silent. Looks like he's fine, I guess, ish. It's Tyrone now going into the pit box. Okay, Silent's fine. Now out of the pits, Silent is the first one out. Looks like he's gonna win the race off pit road here.
We'll see if these two, if this group can get together and draft well, they should be able to be in front of the 42 and the 29 when they pit. When will the 42 and 29 pit?
Don't
42,
know yet.
Very late decision, it looks like.
If they want to be really fast, I think Silent might have to brake here to catch these guys, because for these guys to catch him actually, because if they're just spread out like this, they're not gonna have that much pace. But let's keep an eye out for when they decide to pit Chazos. The leaders are pitting now. The 42 and 29 now in the pit
I
lane.
believe there's one car that stayed out.
Silent entering turn 4 now. It is the 77, and that's because he was already put in the pits. Not so sure if he used that to his
I don't know who it
advantage.
is. Okay, I guess they did all of it.
So now
Here they come.
Silent will be your leader as they may race off pit road. We don't know how fast it's going to be. Will Chazos actually keep the lead even after
will.
pitting? Yes, he will. And
They're
now
gonna
this
run
race is
him down.
right
They're
now,
gonna
like a
run him
Formula
down.
1 race.
They're gonna run him down with a full head of steam, though.
Yep. Now that we've got the 4 and the 5 working together, looks like whoa! You guys got to be behind each other if you want to catch up. I know it kind of sounds counterintuitive, but trust me on it. Super speedway racing, that's how it works.
I don't know if the 29 has the draft, or if the 90 has the draft.
Maybe not. We'll see. Now, I feel like if the 5, the 4, the 47, and the other cars that pitted before the leaders got together, Silent will probably be your leader right now. But it doesn't matter right now because Silent's trying to run down his teammate for
Looking at the
first
inside,
position.
no.
The 4 looks to the inside. He can't really look there. There was no hole. He can't go below the yellow line to make a pass. So if he just can't fill the gap there, he just might as well not go for it. Now it's the 47 and the 4 trying to work up. You see the 5 trying to run down the 42. Just mimicking his movements so that he can keep the draft and catch up very quickly. Will he make it around the 42, or will he just stay behind him? 77 hits him now. We'll see what goes on. So now they seem to have tucked in behind him for now. There's 10 laps to go until we throw a caution.
I think
Anybody?
the 90 has the draft. I don't think the 29 does, though.
Oh, the 4 already looks like he's trying to jump to the outside to make a move. 47. Looks like he's going to work with the 4. We got to see what will go on here.
Nope, they drop back in.
4 seems to jump back into line. For now, whoa! Chazos went a little bit up the track. Doesn't seem to matter.
Oh.
Why is my chair? Why is this chair is making me twig?
Oh, Simon.
Whoa! 42 went up high. That's bad for him. Looks like whoa! Keep it together, guys. Keep it together. Keep it together. Tyrone in the wall back there. It looks like it was just in an act of panic. Will the 42 get clear of the 4 so that he can get behind here? We'll see.
Crashed out on the forward, bro.
Now the 4 and the 5 working together once again. Now Silent, your leader once again. As we make it to the 9 to go. Looks like the 4 is trying to make a move to the outside with the current run he has. Will he make it work? Or will they still be side by side with the 5 being out in front ever so slightly? Chazos with a huge run. He's going to try and take it to the back of the 5. The 5 goes below the double yellow, but since he's not making it for a pass, I guess it's fine as long as he just doesn't. What's the 42 doing? Looks like car. We don't know what happened there. Don't know if it was driver error. Don't know what happened. Can't blame the drivers. Can't blame the cars. We just don't know. Now 4 are already trying to jump, trying to make it, but he doesn't. Neither one of these guys have any help. So right now it's a stalemate. They're side by side. Here comes the 90 and the 47, trying to peek their noses in there. Five still out with the lead. These guys start to get a little more competitive. Right now, nobody's making any pushes. Nobody's making any moves right now. They're making a lot of moves, actually. They're just not able to successfully make the passes Except if you're Tyrone and just trying to save here so you can go all out in the end of the race. We gotta see what will go on. I'm just hoping that the final lap won't be any just push the leader to the race win. Let's just hope they make another line, do something to be competitive. Don't know yet. As we're approaching the 7 to go before we throw a caution for competition purposes. Silent, whoa, no, silent. Now being put to the outside here, thought Chaz was gonna work with him, think again. Now as the 4 goes again to the outside, the 5 fakes him into thinking he was gonna get pushed there. And now he's gonna push his buddy, which the 4 is not, doesn't look like it's gonna allow that. Now in through here, the 4 is making some egregious moves right now.
Tyrone's
Now
kind
the
of
4's
falling
got the
back.
90. Now the 4's got the 90 working with him. Now that since they're not leaning on the the 4 being side by side right now, just beating and banging with the 5's door. Don't know why, but doesn't look like it's really working for them. If the 4 and 90 just stay together, that actually may ensure their leadership, because that could potentially mean that they're faster on the outside despite there being no high line, because they have no line to lean on, which can slow them down. Now that the 4 tried to go to the inside for his crossover, the 4's got 2 tires below the apron, so he just decides to break in there, and so far, nothing has changed.
Tyrone, I think you gotta break down to the below 180 before you hit it. Otherwise, it just takes the draft into effect and it screws you up.
Castle's your Clash winner now at the front of this field. Sheeb was not able to make the race, unfortunately. I tried to drive for Sheeb. Unfortunately, got wrecked on the final lap, and I was going to advance to the Daytona 500, but just was not lucky enough. Now as they're currently being a train through here. I'll be right back. Just give me a moment.
Castle just lived. Four to go. Looks like might not actually have a Silent Motorsports car win stage. Very possible it ends up being the 4 car or the 90. Oh my goodness, the 90 almost just ramped off the wall. Oh.
I'm back in what looks to be some crazy contact between the 4 and the 42. Both of them hard into the wall, and they're going to lose some time. Gained on the 5, and guess who's the leader once again? It's Silent. Could he win this race? There is a chance he could. He's been consistent all throughout this race, besides the times he had to go to the back. Unfortunately, sometimes being punished for other people's mistakes, he's now at the front of this field. Once again. Two laps to go.
Oh.
Oh, both below the double yellow line, but it's not going to matter for them. As these guys are just trying, you can see a lot of people running through the pit lane to make sure they fix their speed.
Remember, top 5 get points, so.
Top 5 do in fact get points, but it looks like no matter what, the top 5 you see on your screen right now will receive some points, no matter what. Whoa! His teammate nearly hooks him into the outside wall.
Chassel, you gotta give a lane, dude. You can't just force people below the yellow. Chassel, end of the line, bro. You force the 44 below the yellow, bro. That's the one time where I'd say force your way back up.
Now the 5 seems to be blocking air for his life. As we have one more to go in the quote-unquote stage. Whoa! The 90 gets hooked. He's in the wall. The 5's gonna have a huge lead now, but that doesn't mean that's good like you would typically see on other speedways. If you have a huge lead at a super speedway, that's a pretty bad thing because that normally means that the cars behind you are gonna work together, and they're gonna be really fast. They're gonna be charging at you like bulls. As here they come now. It took less than half the track for them to be able to catch back up. What's going to happen next? You already see Tyrone up to second all of a sudden. What's going to happen now? The 90 to the outside, that's not really going to help him now. Now as we come out of the turn number 4, we've got the number 4 looking to the outside. There is no high line, so he's all alone at the start-finish line. Halfway through the race, Silent will win the stage.
Pace at 55. Alright, 77 can go around and get his lap bag. He made a valid point, so he can get his lap bag. So 77 passed the field on the outside. Pits are open this time. And 77 you can pit next time by, or once you come back around. So.
Remember that pit entry speed is 60. So keep it below 60 as you guys enter the pits.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a server shutdown after the race off pit road. So, once y'all pit and everybody pits, we'll shut down the server and we'll come back for the second half.
Why's that?
Tyrone was talking about input lag, and 29 was lagging, I think. 77 got bumper lag from lag, so.
Whoa!
4 is
5 gets shoved into his pit lane by the 4. Tyrone, whoa! Conflict on pit road. Something's happened here with the 47 and the 29. Tyrone, I'm not so sure. Is that pitting out of the box? Or even if it was, did it really matter? He got forced out of his pit box while he was pitting.
Alright. 42, 5, 47, 94, and 41. We're gonna shut down the server, and we'll be back. Daytona, I'm pretty sure we're already green. Yep.
Green flag back in the air. So now we're taking a look at who's the leader right now.
What is wrong with the leaderboard?
I'm not so sure actually. But it's okay.
There we go. The end of that stage was actually decent racing.
It was.
Let's hope we
Now
don't have another caution fest for the first
We've
5
already-
laps.
we've already got a breakaway. The 42.5 in the 4 compared to the rest of the field. There's 5 cars behind, 3 cars in front. These guys are actually locked in together right now, already starting to try and push away from that main field right now as these guys are just running side by side with each other, not even trying to work together. They don't know that just trying to pass each other while in the middle of a falling pack is just going to make them slower. As you can see right here, the 42 got stepped out of line here. He's already going all the way to the bottom,
42,
maybe lag, we
you
don't
gotta
know.
lift, bud. Okay, well, you're clear behind the 4. I was gonna say, if you get to the inside of the 4, you gotta lift there, dog.
All Chevys in the top 3 right now. We've got Chazels. We've got the 4 of who's that in 4?
Bassy.
Okie and we've got Silent in the 5. 5, 4, and 42. Right now, they still seem to have kept a consistent pace away from these guys behind them, but it looks like the 77, after being put a lap down because of what happened earlier, is already back up to 4th. That's a good thing. That's good for him. It's a great job. Now, as we've got the 4 and 5 just basically locked together, the 42 now right behind them. They're looking for any way. Right now, we are just halfway through the race. We don't have that much time to go, but we also aren't that, close to the finish. So I wouldn't say we need to try to race each other so hard.
No, we still have another pit stop to go. So.
Yeah. So it'd be a lot worse to use up your fuel and stuff right now. Just trying to battle each other out right now. That's probably why you see Chazels dropping to the back right now, just trying to fuel save for when the time comes. I'm sorry for my silence, but it just looks like so far these guys are basically just putting together a plan. If they keep doing this, there may be a chance that they all pit at the same exact time, which could be good for them, depending on when they decide to pit, and when these guys behind them also decide to pit. Now, as they're just basically single file all the way down the back stretch, we don't really see much passing, but that's probably for the best as of right now. You can actually tell that Silent is lifting a lot right now to save fuel because of his brake his Blake discs. What am I talking about? Brake discs glowing. Now these brake discs glow even when you don't brake. So as long as you're just lifting or stationary, you can see that your brake discs glow. So that's why they haven't been going as fast as you think. Silent's been lifting every time he's been pushed because he's just trying to save as much fuel as possible here. That's
I think everyone's saving. Honestly, I think everyone is saving. I can see the brake rotors on the floor glowing.
On the floor. You can see the brake rotors.
The floor is glowing. The floor is
The floor is
glowing.
glowing. No, that's kind of bad if the floor is glowing, bro.
Yeah, I think if the floor is glowing, I got some bigger problems.
Yeah.
I think the 47
maybe
is
not.
saving too. I think the 42 is the only one not saving in this group.
Yeah, he's just pretty much going all out.
If he's going all out, he might as well be in the lead, though.
Pretty much. As we say that, he looks like he's trying to get around the 5 already.
Yeah, everyone's saving up here, dude.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? As long as it doesn't cause crashes, that's fine by me. Let's get an individual look at every car and see if they're saving. Tyrone is saving, now the 42 is saving. The top 4, the top 5. The top 5 is all saving.
It's gonna be a fuel saving race. Oh, they're gonna go.
The 90
They're gonna go
is
all
saving.
full white and stuff.
The 29 is saving.
Oh, they're fuel saving now. They're gonna go 4 wide and stuff. And as soon as I say
Nick,
that, they're starting to go back to 2.
I would be careful, Nick. Make sure you don't lose the draft. The 41 isn't saving. I noticed that. But pretty much everyone other than the 41 is saving. We're double file up here. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if they're going to save the 4, I mean, this is a good opportunity for y'all to pass. Four just took the lead out of fuel saving. Oh my god. No caution. Everyone get out of there? Yep, okay. That was a awful crash. Okay, then hit the pit limiter. Slow down to below 180. If you do it. If you hit the limiter below 180 before you hit the limiter. Or else it's not gonna fix. I don't think they're saving as hard anymore.
Again, you gotta watch the brake discs here. They're basically your brake lights. Brake lights without brake lights here. They're starting to get really stacked up here. As it is with real life, when everybody starts to fuel save, these guys get really stacked up. They start to get really wide. They start to, get a little more chaotic. Or at least chaotic looking. As we see the 90 drop all the way to the back. Didn't want any part of that. 41 nearly running the 4 out of room because he made a little bit of contact. 1 lap 53 out of 80.
خدمت شما نمایش میدن. بازم میگم هم به نقل از فاکس نیوز هم برخی از منابع داخلی که تنها بخشی که در سایت هسته‌ای فورد آسیب دیده این تونل های ورودی و خروجی بودند و آسیبی به خود تأسیسات وارد نشده و رئیس جمهور آمریکا بلوف زده مثل
القوات المسلحة اليمنية صادر عن القوات المسلحة.
Whoa, here comes the 47 already looking here.
Silent Motorsports has dominated this race.
Pretty much. 5 and the 42 have basically been your front runners all day. The 41 gets nearly wrecked out of line. They're gonna have to get it back going together. Once again, they lose a lot of time. You can see the 42 fuel saving. That's why they've been. That's why he's fell back instead of catching the 77. Instead of catching the 5, he's been just pulling back here. Now
If
the
somebody
90
went
finally-
high, if somebody went high and helped the 90, I guarantee you they could drive to the front.
They could.
He's hanging with no support, so yeah, if he had a pusher, they're going to the front. And that's making the 5 and the 42 go full out again. $26 to go. Getting closer and closer to the fuel window.
Once these guys start going into the pits, it's gonna get real down to it here.
Yeah, as soon as that
We
happens,
already-
we're gonna start crashing again.
Have we already made commercial break here?
Nah.
Now we gotta pay our ad maker some money, buddy.
Yeah. Whatever. Back at Daytona, things are heating
Now
up.
3 wide. They're 3 wide in the bottom. Look at Chassos being smart and avoiding that. Very intelligent move by
Live
Chassos.
side line is gonna have a huge run down the back straightaway. Number 2.
Whoa! You know, it just gets dangerous when you're going 3-4 wide at a super speedway, and that's exactly what I was talking about here. They're gonna get all bunched up together, and they're gonna go 3 or 4 wide as soon as they have to start fuel saving hard.
Back down to single file. New leader though, 90 car.
Whoa!
Silent looking to the outside.
Now they're back, just right behind each other.
Oh, Silent Motorsports car is spinning. Silent. Ooh, Silent. 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 You're lucky, buddy. If you didn't slow down, 1 mile per hour
42.
more, Silent, and you were speeding.
Yep.
Yeah, I
42 in
know.
the
I
final.
saw 64, but you slammed on the brakes just enough for it to be 60. You're lucky, Val.
Good
You're
job.
lucky. I think he took fuel only. We'll see what this strategy looks like for these guys. But the
They
longer
may-
you run, the less fuel you can take. So
Looks like these guys may be coming into pit either this lap, next lap, or the lap
47
after
in.
that.
Yep. All every
90, 77, and the 4 all into the pit lane. We've got to see what will go on here. They all make it in
They're all good.
just right. Now we got to see, will there be any penalties for pitting out of the box? Will there be any penalties for speeding? We already said no because these things have a pit speed limiter. 90 makes it in just fine. The 4 makes it in just fine. And the 77 makes it in just fine. Now, the question is, who will make the race off pit road? Who will win the race off pit road? 90's
Where
out for
are the leaders?
and the 90
The 5
looks like
and
he's going to
42.
win the race off the pit road.
The 5 and the 42. Here they come.
They stayed out, did they? Or no, they didn't. No, they didn't. They,
All right,
they
these
pitted the lap
three-
before that.
These three need to get together and get pushing immediately to catch them.
Yeah. That means the 77 has to catch them. So if the 90 and the 4 would slow down, that could potentially breed some, some interesting racing. But it looks like the 77 will just be on his own. Remember, guys, 3-car tandem beats a 2-car tandem. Because they are 2-car tandeming all the way in the front. You guys need 3 cars if you want to be any faster. The 4 seems to lift off. We're lifting off the throttle here. The 90 seems to just be on his own here for now.
Nick saying let's go all the way. I mean, if Nick is saying that he might be able to go all the way, that's low-key crazy. 30-second buffer, so... Yeah, these three still have not gotten together. Uh-oh. Jassel and Silent are separated a little bit. Now they're back together, but... Alright, well, we'll see if the 29 and the 47 can go all the way. That'd be pretty ridiculous if they do.
So it looks like these guys behind Silent and Chazos seem to be catching up a bit. They are now basically like a quarter of the track behind them compared to like, what, like 2/4, 3/4, maybe. But so far, there's not that much to talk about.
I am very interested by the fact that these two think they can go all the way.
So we're gonna have to see what goes on here.
I mean, if you look at how much fuel they're saving, they are definitely saving.
Yeah,
Look at how
they look
slow
like they.
they're going.
But we have to wonder, can they push it to the end? We really don't know. You burn a lot more fuel by just going straight full
They've
gas
lost-
throughout
they've
the entirety of
lost-
the race.
I mean, even if they can, they might get run down. They've gained 3 seconds over the last lap. Because they're able to go all out. But if they can make it to the end, that'd be incredibly impressive. Oh. Gained only a second that lap. These guys could honestly back it down even more if they wanted to. I'm gonna ask Tyrone what his fuel's at. Because I want to be able to get a gauge on this. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's at 930 fuel. He might actually be able to do this. Oh my god. Dude, there's no way.
Strategy might win the race.
That is the most insane entire second half of the race. Saving like 20 laps of fuel is insane.
It's saving really hard, but these guys are starting to get really close together. They're starting, when they get more close together, they're a lot faster.
Can't wait for Tyrone's strategy to be thrown out the window when these guys wreck.
Oh boy.
Nick, what's your fuel at? Nicholas. Honestly, he doesn't want to tell me, and I understand that.
Fair.
Honestly, these guys could give up 2 seconds a lap and they'll be fine.
Pretty much.
Ooh, they gained 3 seconds that lap, though. I mean, if they keep at that pace, they'll be fine. I won't tell Nick. Oh. Who left?
Somebody left. We don't know.
It was Nick. Mike,
Sup?
type in chat real quick.
What, the Roblox chat?
Yeah.
Okay. I. My keyboard is tweaking.
You see the messages though.
Yes, I see him.
It's insane, dude.
It is. So now, we're approaching 10 laps to go. Things could get pretty crazy here. As this race narrows down, they may get more competitive. We're just, once again, we're just hoping that it's not a
I'm
push
telling
to
you,
leader
the
to
only,
win
the only
race.
way I feel like at this point that one of those two don't win this race is if they crash back here. And if it's if it's obviously intentional, I'm not throwing no caution. Be aware of that, guys.
Oh boy. So now the 29 and 47 just both seem to be fuel saving. I believe the 29 is either braking. Yeah, both of them are fuel saving.
Yeah, and they. Oh man, they've got plenty of time too. 20 seconds. They're fine.
They
Fine.
gained pretty much half the track on the. Oh my God!
Tyrone, I don't think you're
he's
fighting.
finding lag and fuel.
I don't think you're
This
fighting
might
fuel.
actually be down to the wire.
Tyrone, I don't think you're fighting fuel, brother. I think you're good on fuel.
This might be down to the wire right now.
All right, we're gonna take an ad break and come back for the finish. Oh my God, we were on an ad break that entire time. You know, they better pay me extra this week. All right, we're gonna go to an ad break for real this time, though. Back at Daytona, nothing's changed.
It could be pretty close here. We don't exactly know what could happen here. We should probably take a look at the intervals of everybody behind. There's a 3-car pack. They all need to work together. They are running out of time. If any of these guys in the backpack want to win, they need to work together.
No,
That
guys,
is if
all
they're
I'm
not
saying-
fuel safe.
All I'm saying, if it was 100 laps instead of 80, you guys would be fine. But y'all wanted 80 instead of 100, so.
Well,
Silent
actually, I
motorsports.
think it's a good
He's
game of
just trying
strategy.
to-
Oh!
that's
What's
about-
happening now?
That's about as intentional as it gets, Silent. I just saw you
Yeah.
turn left into the wall on the inside. I'm not calling no caution for that. That's
No
garbage.
caution. You
Jackson, you
guys.
just merged up in the middle. Yeah, I'm not throwing no caution with that. That's actual garbage. Y'all couldn't make it any more obvious.
I'm pretty sure we fully established
You
before
could
you
not
guys
make that
did
any
that
more
that if you make an intentional wreck of any sort, we're not throwing the caution because it's your strategy that boned you. So let it play out, buddy. Let it play out.
I just want to say, if this actually works and one of them wins, that is so insane.
That would be probably the best strategy in the history of this league.
So they're still holding a 15-second interval. That's the crazier part.
They have
Are they
five.
going all out now?
These guys are side by side in front.
Yeah, they're going all
As
out
we
now.
get
They're
those two
going
here,
for it.
side by side as they go through the trioval,
Dude, they're
through
actually-
the first stretch,
they're
into
actually-
turn one.
They're racing for it now. They're not.
Yeah,
they're
47's running the 29 out of room.
They're not saving fuel anymore. They're actually racing.
They're going out for it here. They know they can probably make it back on fuel, but the thing is, who's going to emerge victorious here at Daytona? The 29's leaning on the 47 all the way up into the wall to avoid any chaotic things going on. The 29 could have turned him if he didn't stay on that wall. Now they are side by side, side by side. Tyrone gets a little bit of a faster exit.
4 to go.
There are 4 laps to go. We need to take a look at the intervals between these guys and how far the pack is behind them.
They have
How much
plenty of
time
room.
have they made up?
They have plenty of room. It should be around 13.5 if I had to guess. Yep.
13.85, the fastest right now. So, the thing is, these guys could battle it out for the lead, but will these guys who are pushing each other to hell and back somehow emerge victorious?
Unlikely.
They have 4 laps to figure it out, because right now they are running out of time. Silent in third, 90 in fourth, the 4 in fifth, 42 in sixth, the 77 in seventh, and the 41 dead last. What's going to happen now? For 3 laps to go, any wreck, anything that may happen at this point will result in overtime. So, with that being said, these 2 in front might want to be careful and not wreck each other, because if there's a caution, it's game over for them. They need to be side by side and just racing as cleanly as possible. That's all they need right now. These guys are getting a second a lap, and if they continue at this pace, then they're not going to make it to the front too. So with that being said, these guys are free to race. But we need to see who will come out on top, who has the better strategy, and more importantly, who's more consistent. The 29 and the 47, who have not been front runners all day, are now at the front of this field as we go out of turn 4, coming to the 2 laps to go.
This is insane, dude. I did not think this was even possible.
Right now, they're side by side through the front stretch and entering the tri-oval. They're going to be at 2 laps to go. The pack behind them does not seem to have enough time. At best, it looks like, oh, upside down, the 4! The 4 is upside down!
What?
There's a flip. Would that be a caution?
I ain't see it. I ain't throwing no
What?
caution. I want to see if this happens.
No caution. Oh, no. There is a chance
I ain't
they might
see
hit
it,
a
bro.
bump.
He came back. I ain't see no car upside down.
They could have hit a bump.
They're
Oh, the
crashing again.
77 around.
That's a single car.
But the car behind you flipped as well.
No, he didn't. Car behind didn't flip. Well, if you're talking about the 4.
It doesn't even matter. Now that the backpack has broken up
I ain't
and
putting it out,
47
bro.
decides not to throw the caution, they're all out of luck. As they're all
Well,
just
my
too
driver's
far
in the back.
back
Try
to
to
be
lose
able to
and
make
finish.
any
White
fast
flag.
laps. Now it's just going to be the 29 and 47 fighting for the Daytona 500. They came so far. Now it's going to be the 29 versus the 47. They are both on their own. Despite what 47 had said, if it's a 2-car or a flip, the caution comes out. There was a flip and then another car wrecking. No caution.
There was
No
only one car in
overtime.
the second one.
This
Wow.
is the
Not
finish
blaming
of the
that
Daytona 500, side by side as they go down the front stretch. The back stretch. Tyrone on the outside.
He pushed
Tyrone's in the
the
wall. He's
That's
gonna
the
lose a
race.
lot of time. The 29 out in front.
That's the race, bro.
The 29 out in front. That's just gonna be it. That's the 29.
The 29 of Nick is gonna win
Nick!
the Daytona 500.
Nick wins the Daytona 500. What a shocker! They were literally at the back of the field throughout the entire race. And guess what? The guy who ran all the way in the back is now your Daytona 500 champion. Give it up for Nick.
You know, I would have put it out if not for the fact that I guarantee you, I'm fairly certain it was intentional. Yeah, bro, I ain't trusting any of y'all when I literally saw Silent try to hook it into the inside wall. Yeah,
This
okay.
is actually a controversial finish, and since we do not do redos, this will be the official standings.
Alright, hold on, let me get finishing results, and then, Nick, we can do your celebration, park at the start-finish line.
Just park it at the start-finish line, buddy. Congratulations on being the inaugural race winner. Please do not cross the finish line. Nick, you're winner here at Daytona.
congratulations, finishing up your Daytona. Nick, do you want to interview?
Sure. You
How
got questions?
how? Genuinely how? Like, when did you
You know, it's all about-
when did you realize I might be able to save enough fuel to win this race?
Well, I was basically just sitting in the back trying to stay, like, just barely in the draft. And, you know, when I got to a point, I realized, I started doing the math. I was like, okay, if I split this in fourths, and I'm saving this much fuel, so 40 laps, if I can save 500, if I can be down less than 500 fuel every 10 laps, I can save. So when we got 10 laps in, I realized when I was saving, because I was saved the whole time. When I was saving, I realized I was down or up about 100 fuel 10 laps in. So I realized, okay, I can probably go all the way.
Insane.
Yeah.
Mike, do you have any questions for him?
One. And were you confident at all that you would win this race? Just the fact that you were in the back throughout like the entirety of the race, but you were somehow able to make it to your front. What was your reactions? Did you actually think you could pull it off?
Yeah, I thought I could pull it off, honestly. The reason I was in the back is because I was saving the whole time.
Yeah.
So I knew, I didn't think Tyrone, honestly, would go that far with me. I thought I'd either have to go alone or have to pit. I helped me, though, honestly. I think if I was alone, it would have been worse.
Yeah, you got drafted.
Because me and him kind of helped each other saved, yeah. And we drafted.
So
Because those
is
last, I
this-
think, like 7 or 8 laps, we were full out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. That's why my tires had nothing left.
Do you think you're gonna go full time now?
I don't know about that one. I got a busy schedule. I still got summer workouts and real life to focus on. But I might do a couple other one-offs here and there, you know.
All right, you gotta come back for the playoffs.
Maybe.
Since
I mean,
you're
yeah, I'm locked in. You're right.
Bro's gonna find.
So
a
even if I don't
full-time
race
ride in
another
the
race-
playoffs.
That's crazy.
One more question. Can I borrow your car?
Sure.
No, do not do
Yeah.
it. Don't do it.
What's it gonna do?
I thought you were gonna do. I got a Glock in my Rari.
Nah.
And yep, we're taking it to post race tech.
No, nothing wrong with the car. He won the race.
Nick has been disqualified.
No.
Happy PNG File has won the Daytona. Happy PNG.
Happy PDF.
Yeah. Has won the
Alright.
Daytona 500. Tyrone, get in here. Your car is no, just kidding. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'm bringing the car back. I don't have an issue.
You know what's funny is one time, in RRL, long time ago, Gabe, you remember Gabe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saving a bunch of gas, and I almost did the same thing and made it to the end, and he didn't believe that I was able to save enough gas, so he made me pit. And I was so pissed, dude.
Bro,
It literally ruined my race.
that's insane.
But it's also like, I mean, yeah. What do you
Yeah.
expect?
Yeah, it's Gabe. All right. Well, that's gonna do it.
So thanks for being chill about that, because
Yeah,
I did do it genuinely.
I kind of figured.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's why I
you-
DM'd you about it, because I was scared that you would think I'm cheating or something
Nah.
somehow.
I saw I asked Tyrone, and you guys were around the same fuel, like 9. I think he said 930, and then 2 laps later you said 950 or something, and I was like, oh okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty legitimate.
I was saving more than him because I was in the back.
Yeah, you guys were off the throttle like half the time, so I was like, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably went.
Who set the fastest lap?
Who did?
Not us.
Romanian won Romanias.
Who
Yeah, I
was
was gonna
that? I
say.
think that's the 4, isn't it? Yes.
I didn't. Besides those last like 7 laps, I didn't run a full speed lap since like the first 10 laps.
That's insane.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for CFSRL. Forgot what the league was called for a second at Daytona. We'll probably be back next week, maybe next week.
Maybe. Let's not be like Arca and just come back every month.
Yeah, I think we'll be back next week, but I don't know if I'll be home. So
We'll see.
Hey, Coda sounds fun. Maybe I'll do it.
We hope to see you there, buddy.
all right, see y'all.